Hello everyone and welcome to JP Creation, and in this lecture we are going to start with Nuke interface. So in the Nuke interface you are going to work mainly on the lower window and the window here, viewer window. And on whatever node you are working, you can see the properties of that particular node in the property panel, and here is our timeline. So we'll directly dive into our software. So when you open the software for the first time, you can see that a viewer 1 has been automatically created. If this node is not appearing in your case, like I am deleting now, if your interface is looking like this, you can bring the viewer by pressing tab and then type viewer. You can take this viewer 1. There is a shortcut key to take a viewer, control plus I. You can press control plus I to create a viewer. The times you press control plus I, that many viewers will be created in your node graph. So for now we want just one viewer, so I will take this viewer and start creating the image node. So to import any image or any sequence, we need a read node. So we can press tab and type read. We can press tab and then type read. So after clicking on the read image node here, a read panel will appear, and then we can go to that particular location and select that image or the video sequence and then open it. But there is one more way to import an image. So if I want to import this image, I can directly drag from here and drop it in the Nuke node graph. So in this way also we can import an image. Now if I connect this pipe 1 to this read node, we can see this image in the viewer. So this viewer 1 is whatever is connected to this viewer 1 will be seen in this panel, in the compositing panel. Okay. If I create a checkerboard and then connect this viewer 1 to this checkerboard, then you can see this checkerboard. If I create a color wheel and connect this pipe 1 to the color wheel, then you can see that the color wheel has been appearing here, and we can see this through the viewer 1. Okay. The shortcut to see the image, like the time you will take this pipe and drag and drop it near the node, it will take a time. So you can directly select the image and press 1 on the keyboard to get connected with the viewer. So if I want to see the checkerboard, I have to select the checkerboard image and then press 1 to see it directly in the compositing panel here in the viewer. Okay, so this is the shortest way you can see any of the read image or a sequence through the viewer. If I double click on this checkerboard, you can see that the property of this checkerboard is appearing in this property panel. Any attributes or any properties you want to change in this checkerboard, you can change in this, and if you don't want, you can close it from here, same as it is. So if I double click on the color wheel, the color wheel window will come up and you can see all the attributes or the properties of this color wheel. If I want to see the read 1 properties, then I have to double click on this read 1 image. So now you can see that the read 1 has been appeared in the property panel, and these are all the attributes of this image. So in this way you can totally see 10 particular node properties in this property window. Okay, if I write only one, you can see that all the other properties has been disappeared from here. And now if I double click on the checkerboard, only the properties of the checkerboard you can see. If I double click on the color wheel, you can see only the properties of the color wheel. The rest of the properties of the other nodes will not appear below. So for now I will keep it as a default and we will write 10. We can also close all the properties of each window at a time. Like now if you are seeing the color wheel properties, if I double click on the checkerboard, double click on the read node, double click on the viewer node, totally there are too many panels here. So if I press Ctrl Shift and A, while you press the Ctrl Shift A, see that the cursor is in the property panel. The cursor should not be in the node graph or in the viewer. So you have to keep the cursor in the property panel and then press Ctrl Shift A. All the properties at a time, they will disappear from here. When we press the shortcut key, like if I want to see this image and I'm pressing 1 on the keyboard, then I can see the checkerboard. But if I want to see read 1, then I will select that image and press 1. If I want to see both the image and compare, do the comparison between two projects, like you do in compositing, so I can select the checkerboard and press 2 so that I can see the checkerboard. So now with the same viewer I can see the checkerboard by pressing 2. So if now I want to see the read image, I will press 1, and if I want to compare with the checkerboard, I can press 2. So 1 2 1 2. This way you can compare any of the images or the sequence. And if you want to see the color wheel, you can press 3 also. So 1 2 3 4, this will go till 9. So till 9 you can see all the images or the sequence you want to compare, but there is no need of 3. If you want to do comparison, you just need 1 or 2, so you can compare in this way. So for now 2 is not needed. So this is an image, but you can see that the timeline here, each frame is an image in the timeline. So this is an video, and if you are familiar with any of the video editing software, then you might know that the orange line is appearing for the cache. So this is been cached and been saved into the temporary files. In this way you can cache out a video or the sequence, and after it turns into orange, the whole timeline, and next time if you play the sequence, it will play faster. So the first time while you play the video, it appears slow. You can also zoom inside the timeline, like if you only want to work from 40 to 60, frame number 40 to 60, then you can middle mouse click from 40 to 60 and then it will zoom out the timeline for us. And if you want to see the whole timeline again, you can click middle mouse button once on the timeline so that it will zoom out again. Now if I click the cursor in this node graph and then press S, then you can see that project setting will appear in the properties, and here we are working on the global time range. So global time range is from 1 to 100. So you can see in the project settings we are working on the frame range is from 1 to 100. So whenever you open the Nuke and you want to work on the projects, first thing you have to do is open the project settings and change all the parameters you want here and then work on the projects. If you are working on 2 seconds and it is 24 frames per second, then the shot will be of 48 frames. Then you need to change the settings here, like from 100 to 48 here, but now I am not working on that, so I will keep it 100. And see, if you are working on a YouTube window, you don't need this 2K resolution. You can change the resolution also from here, like if you need the HD video, like you can keep it 9020 into 1080. Okay, so make sure you do all the settings coming here in the project settings, and I will do a quick revision for project settings. If the cursor is here in the node graph, then only press S. If the cursor is in the viewer panel and you are hitting S, then a different a different property will appear in the property panel like viewer. For now it is no need. This project setting is needed when you render the main final project of yours. So this setting should be done in the starting while you open the Nuke and start the project. If you want to zoom in and zoom out the viewer or the image here, we can press middle mouse, not pressing, we can scroll the middle mouse button here to zoom in, and to zoom out also we can press the middle mouse button, not pressing, sorry, I am using the same word. We can scroll it, and to pan we can click on the middle mouse button and pan the image. And if you want to make the image fit in the viewer, you can press F for that. In the same way, the shortcut key is the same for the node graph also. If the node graph has gone somewhere else and if you want to see the node graph in the node panel, then you can press F to fit it. The shortcut key for both this viewer panel and the node graph is the same. Here you can see two sliders are there, like this slider here, and one more slider is on the right hand side here. So there are two sliders. So these sliders are for gain and gamma. You can note it down, like the first slider is for gain. If you want to add more contrast here or brighten the image, you can increase this. If you increase this slider, increase the value of this slider, then you can see it's add more highlight to the highlighted part, adds more light to the highlighted part, and adds more contrast to the dark part of the image in this way. And when you lower the value, you can see it makes the light overall less in the image. So for now we will keep it as default. Here there is one more slider, this is called as gamma. So if you increase this one, then the image starts fading out the color, and it makes the image flat overall, so it does not adds contrast. But if you lower this value, it will add contrast. So we will see in the next upcoming lecture what is gain and what is gamma overall. But for now you can see that increasing the value of the gain, it adds more contrast, and increasing the value of the gamma, it will flat the image. And whatever you are doing, the settings in the gain and gamma will not be saved while you save the project. This is only this can be only seen while you work on the project. Coming to this panel, here you can see some of the icons, and when you hover at any of the icon here, you can see that the specific icon is for color, and if you click on that, you can see that particular nodes related to the color has been appeared. We can click on any of the option to create that node or make use of that node. So there are multiple types of icon here through which we can create the nodes here. Okay, we can also hover the cursor anywhere in the options here, like if I keep this on this icon here, then it will show the information related to that icon. Actually this in this version it is not showing up, but you can see in yours that when you hover your cursor at any of the icon, the information related to that icon will appear below the cursor, and you can Google out whatever the option is. While you hover over this icons, you can also create the nodes from this panel. So if I click on any of the icon here, and then suppose I am taking this node called blur, and you can use many of the nodes by coming here, but some of the nodes are too advanced, so I recommend just see that whatever nodes you can use it. And so for now I will create a blur node and plug it between the viewer and the image here. So after plugging it in, and if you change the value of the blur, you can see the difference is clear. But if you are seeing this image directly, then you will not be able to see whatever effect you have used here. So make sure you have connected the viewer to the blur. If you want to connect the viewer to the blur, you can directly select the blur and press 1. The shortcut key will be the same like I have shown you before. And while you do this, if you want to enable and disable the node and want to see the difference you have made, so select that particular node and press D on the keyboard. So it will disable that node and you can see the result directly, whatever is there in this read node. So selecting the node and then pressing D will disable or enable. If I disable it and then click anywhere in the node graph and then again press D, it will not do anything. So select the node and then press D to enable it again. So make sure you practice till here.